Hi, Josh here with Gannett Ridge Hunting Equipment, and just wanted to chat with y'all a little bit today about the new bow out from Prime called the Logic. This bow is a little bit different than what Prime has offered in the past, and we'll get into all those details through the overview here. A couple of quick stats on this bow. It is a cam specific to draw length bow, and this really optimizes the efficiency of each draw length, and so each cam is designed for each draw length of shooter, and attempting to most perfectly design a cam for however long your draw length is and make sure the bow that is operating at the most efficient it can be at whatever draw you have it. So that's why they do that. A little different at the shop when they may not have the exact draw length you have there or be able to adjust to the exact draw length you need. But that is the reason Prime has chosen to go that route, just to maybe make it a little bit nicer, a little bit quicker at whatever stat you need it set up at. These bows are adjustable or have a cam available between 24.5 and 30 inches, and you can actually get a little bit longer with some of the Prime bows. They actually have a extended or a longer limb option that gets you out to 31 if you need it. So if you're a longer draw guy, don't shy away from inquiring about these. They can accommodate you in most instances. Brace height on this particular bow is 7 inches, definitely in the realm of average there. And draw weights are available in 10-pound increments between 40 and 80 pounds. Other piece of news with Prime this year, they've essentially created kind of a custom color shop. So they have several different, 3 different solid colors and a plethora of camos available. And you're actually able to mix and match limb camo with solids or solids completely, but there's really a seemingly unlimited amount of color options. This does 2 things. One is it's kind of neat. It allows the shooter to kind of really pick exactly what they want their bow to look like. The other thing that you need to take into consideration is when you walk into a pro shop, you're probably not going to see all these options on the list. I think we calculated it. If we had every draw length, every color option, only one of each in 60 and 70, it was close to 200 bows we'd have to have on the shelf to have one of each. And so the expectation, that every color is going to be there is misled. but very cool that you're able to have your bow look however you want it to look. You just may have to wait a couple weeks to have it be that way. But really sharp colors that they do. Prime has an excellent finish process they go through. It's a bake-on finish. It's a lot more durable than the dips that you'll find with other companies. So you can expect your finish to last and look really sharp and concise with the camo option that you choose on the bow. The biggest change that happened with the Logic is Prime went to a split limb with this bow, and it's the first split limb bow that they've done. Then they did a really nice job with it. The biggest feel change that I think that you'll find with the split limb, they widen the stance on the bow, and it seems like Prime has really been trying to, over the years, create that more stable, pointable bow that's going to hold on target and really pay off dividends with long-range shots. This bow is no exception. You have all of these physical points working for you, but widening that stance on the cam, on the quad cam system, and the limbs themselves, when you bring this bow up, aim it, and hold it, it is just so stable, dead in the hand. It seems like there's almost a gravitational force holding that bow steady in your arms. It's a pretty unique feel. If you really have shot a bunch of bows and are shooting this one, you will be able to pick that up and go, wow, that is so balanced. That was my initial reaction in drawing it. It still has the quad cam design that they do, so they essentially take and put 4 cams, 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom, splitting the physical load of the string. And really, if you think about it, splitting the physical load of those strings, what this does, it physically spreading a single point out to 2. This bow, when you pull it back and hold it, it'll fight you back to center. So with any bow with 2 cams or a single cam, you can come to full draw, and if you torque your hand, you can kind of change the angle that string comes up, and you can actually see it happen if you look up your cam. But you'll see that angle change. With these, if you try to force them, but the bow physically wants to come back to center. And that's a lot of the reason that people are finding these bows a lot easier to shoot and a lot easier to shoot at distance. is that balance point. It takes away some of the user error, in a shot. If we all have perfect hand grips and perfect form, there's a lot of things that don't matter, but this is the real world, and people don't always have the perfect form and perfect shot every single time you pick up a bow. If you do get into some competitions, you'll probably do really well for yourself. The other aspect that this bow has is kind of playing in with the bow that they built last year called the Synergy. They drop most of the weight of this bow to the bottom of the bow. Kind of the exaggerated concept there is, say you have a hammer in your hand and you're holding that hammer straight up with the head up, you kind of have to steer the head of that hammer, and it's harder to keep it still. On contrast, if you flip that hammer over and the head is down and the handle's in your hand and that head and weight is sitting below, it's very, very easy to hold that hammer like, similar to a plumb line, where it's just balanced in your hand. And that's what's happening physically with this bow as well, is having that weight down, keeping the bottom of the bow plumb with the ground, and again, making it easier for you to shoot a really, really accurate arrow. Prime kept with their flex guard that they've ran the last few years. It has been a really effective one, and we've seen no problems with it. One of those aspects of a bow that doesn't look particularly appealing or not on the shelf, but majorly helps the torque of the bow and centering those cables and taking up slack and keeping that bow quiet and smooth during the shot. Those flex guards have a huge role to play in how your overall experience feels in shooting a bow. The riser material on this bow is the 82X that Prime, I feel is becoming sort of industry famous for. This is an alloy that they came up with, which is remarkable, saying from an archery company. But this is the stiffest riser ever put on a bow, carbon or aluminum, period. There is not a stiffer riser than what Prime puts on a bow. And what that means to you is, at the end of the day, is this bow is going to have less hand shock and far less torque during the shot than any other bow you can put in your hand. I know as I explain these things, it all kind of seems to follow a theme, and that theme is ultimate accuracy. Sort of the byproduct that Prime has found in this ultimate accuracy platform is they've developed a bow that's an incredibly Cadillac type bow to shoot. The draw cycle is remarkable. It has dual limb driven backstops that you're not going to pull through. But yeah, 82X aluminum really is the next level in riser material, and they're the only ones that have it. But if you check out, there's some other guys out there doing some independent torque tests on these bows. There's nothing that comes close through the shot. So, and this is all things that happen after you turn the arrow loose and have done your job, either correctly or not. That torque and riser design is what is handling your accuracy when you have really nothing to do with it anymore. The bow's operating in a consistent manner and throwing that arrow in a consistent way. The other thing that's pretty notable about Prime is if you're the original owner and you register the bow with Prime, they'll send you a free set of strings every 2 years on request. Pretty remarkable. I mean, you're going to save yourself somewhere between $100 and $150 every couple years, depending on what type of quality string you want. And that's present day pricing. I'm sure it'll creep up through time. Pretty great guarantee that they do, kind of a way that they're able to sort of encompass all of what everybody else has and add a little cherry on top as far as their warranty goes. So parts of manufacturing, lifetime warranty, and then a free set of strings every 2 years. Pretty great system that they have for that. And I guess in closing, thanks for watching our overview. Really appreciate you subscribing to our channel. Follow us, find us on Facebook and Instagram, and also check us out at GannettRidge.com. That's our website. We ship things all over the country, and would love to help you with archery and backcountry hunting needs of all types. If you happen to be in the Fort Collins area, swing into the shop and say hi. We're at 3006 East Mulberry Street in Fort Collins, Colorado, and we would be really excited to have you come in and test one of these out. Thanks again for watching, and really appreciate you following along. We'll be putting out more films through the year, so yeah, subscribe to our channel and keep in touch. But again, give us a ring if you have questions. Come on in if you're local, and look forward to maybe running into you in the field and seeing how your day is going. Thanks.